Next up, what would you say if you got the chance to speak to politicians about climate change? Well, at Newsround, we give you that chance. World leaders are meeting in Azerbaijan right now to talk about how to stop global warming. The BBC's climate editor, Justin Rowlatt, is there, and he put your questions to the UK politicians in charge of stopping climate change. Watch this.
You can see why Azerbaijan is known as the land of fire. They call this the burning mountain. The flames are from natural gas that seeps up from the ground. Azerbaijan gets most of its money from sales of oil and gas. But like the rest of the world, it is feeling the impact of climate change.
Where I'm standing now would have been underwater 10 or 15 years ago. In fact, the beach would have been up there, where that vegetation is. But the sea level is falling between 6 and 9 centimetres a year, and just look at the effect that it's having. The sea has retreated about 200 metres here. And here we go, the sea at last.
Azerbaijan is hosting the latest round of global climate talks. The football stadium has been converted into a giant conference centre.
Virtually all the countries of the world are here trying to agree how to tackle climate change. But these discussions are really difficult. Just like when you and your friends try and agree what to do together, different countries have different ideas about what should happen.
Ed Miliband, the Energy Minister, is in charge of the talks for the UK.
Hey Ed, thanks for doing BBC Newsround.
He's agreed to take some questions from you, the Newsround audience.
Anusha says, why have you guys done barely anything to protect the planet we live and breathe on?
Well, Anusha is right that my generation haven't done enough to tackle the climate crisis. That's why the new government in Britain takes this issue so seriously. And by becoming what we call a clean energy superpower, so driving ahead with renewables, we can create cheaper energy, more secure energy, and create really good jobs and tackle the climate crisis.
So we've got a really good one here from Sam and Eva. They're both aged 8. They ask, will Donald Trump affect climate change now he's in power? And is he taking it seriously?
Well, Sam and Eva are asking another really important question. Obviously, the American people have elected Donald Trump as president. It's our job as the UK government to work with him. We'll see what he does on climate change and clean energy. But what I know is that whatever individual countries do, including America, across the world, countries are acting.
Finally, Pavithra, aged 9, says, why are we still using fossil fuels, and what will happen, Ed, if we stop using them?
Well, Pavithra's right. We have got to move away from fossil fuels, and that's something we really take seriously as a government. We've said as the UK government we won't have new licenses for oil and gas. That's an important commitment. And there is an answer, there is an alternative, in particular around renewables. You know, wind power, solar power, nuclear power also. Those are alternatives to fossil fuels.
He says there is a will to come to an agreement here. The question is whether there is also a way.